Rachel Walker.
Good evening, Board, President Hubert, Dr. Knoll. I want to start off by apologizing if my shirt is making anyone feel unsafe. I genuinely try to come to these meetings in the spirit of positivity and finding common ground. I try to always speak kindly and find the good where I can. Unfortunately, that is just not going to be the vibe for tonight. I'm sorry. We have some trustees that, through a lack of proper training and unwillingness to learn, continually embarrass not only themselves but our district. The meetings are not the time to be learning Robert's Rules of Order or what the difference is between a policy and a procedure or how and when to make a motion. There are resources and trainings not given by felons available to you, and I suggest you start using them instead of getting your talking points from whoever it is that you're texting during the meetings, because they are not helping you. This brings me to my next point. As a future mental health clinician, I think it is wonderful we are having a conversation about how cell phones affect the mental health of our students. I think as trustees, you should lead by example and put your phones away during the meetings. I'll even spring for a cell phone pocket thingy. And lastly, Ms. Dungan, I'm not buying your story that many parents have reached out about rainbow posters or that there are multiple violations of the policy CISD already has in place. We know what you're after and you are not fooling anyone. Your concern is a poster. My concern is that my friends with transgender children have had to move from the state because it has actually become an unsafe environment for them. Not because they saw a flag, not because they saw a poster, but because of ideologies like yours. And I'm sorry that you're getting all of this negative attention, but you brought it on yourself because you want credit for putting out a fire that you started.
Hi, my name is Megan Crowell. I'm a Montgomery County voter and resident of 10 plus years. My mom is a retired Texas public school educator of 24 years. So I grew up in classrooms outside of just the normal school hours. I attended a high school where I was the minority, and I have worked in higher education with a diverse and vulnerable group of students on a daily basis. But above all, I am an extremely concerned community member and mother of two amazing children, one of which attends school in CISD. I was not born in Montgomery County, but I did marry into an incredible family that has resided here for 40 plus years and has been heavily involved in this community and this school district. And what I've learned is that this community is made up of educated, reasonable, and compassionate citizens that have a solid grasp of right and wrong. The intent behind what was brought up and why in the form of a first grade classroom poster with a rainbow can't be described in any other way than disregard for all is all and blatant racism. The ideology of exclusivity expressed is not supportive of our CISD students nor this community. I have had numerous conversations with equally appalled community members, parents, and voters, and you need to understand that words have repercussions. We are listening and are not afraid to vocalize our concerns regarding what's being discussed in these walls. If as community members, educators, and parents, we are not advocating for, teaching, and modeling respect and inclusivity to our children, what are we doing? Thank you.
Thank you.
Kyle Crowell.
Hello. My name is Kyle Crowell. I'm from here. As a matter of fact, I was born in this building back when it was Doctor's Hospital.
Wow.
My childhood doctor was the Republican Party chairman of this county. Okay? My mom served on every PTO at every school I attended. My dad was at every game I ever played. My whole family, from siblings to uncles to aunts to cousins, and now my children, have filled the halls of these schools as students, parents, educators, and administrators. I went off to college and law school, but I've had the privilege to come back and serve this community as an advocate and public servant on both sides of the criminal justice system. I've literally represented the most respected to the most downtrodden, the purest of heart to the criminally insane. And yet the example you raised of a symbol of personal ideology that shouldn't be allowed in our schools last meeting might be one of the most shocking things I've heard since I've been back. That's honestly saying something for the line of work I do. After last week's comments, I've had colleagues, friends, and others from all over ask me what I'm doing living in a place that's represented by people like you. And I'll tell them what I'll tell you. I'm proud of this community. I'm proud that when I talk to parents on both sides of the aisle, from all over this county, they believe in inclusivity from all walks of life and the promotion of such values. And it just makes me sad and frankly disappointed that some of you, and including you, ma'am, see us as nothing but a bunch of people that you can conjure up votes from through race baiting and fear mongering. That's not the Montgomery County I know, and I welcome you to take a step back from your ivory tower and take a look and see that those values do not represent us, and they certainly don't represent what's good and right for our children.